Today, our family is flying an airline that's known for having some of the best airplane food in the world. In fact, this airline is so serious about food that they actually have chefs on the plane. We can't wait to share with you what it's like to fly for 9.5 hours from New York to Istanbul on Turkish Airlines business class. From the lie flat seats to the service to, of course, the great food. Okay, so let's talk about the very special reason that we're visiting Turkey.
Yeah, so it started a few months ago. We got this email.
The email said, "Hi Top Flight family, Dr. is thus considered one of the best specialists in hair transplantation, and he would like to give you a free hair transplant and the associated trip to Turkey as part of a cooperation. In return, we want you to record the trip to Istanbul as a vlog on YouTube." So, as you can see, Serge is rather follically challenged, so we thought,
What are you talking about?
why not go for it, right?
No, we're just kidding. We're not going to Turkey. I'm not getting a hair transplant.
We are going to Turkey, but not for that reason.
We're not going for that. Actually, the Turkish Tourism Board reached out to us. They wanted us to come by and just to see what cool things we could do with kids and families in Turkey. So that's why we're here. I'm not getting new hair. This is it.
You're not getting your baddie hair?
I'm not. The girls were a little concerned about it.
But the email is real. We really did get that email.
We'll show it to you.
After checking in, it was time to head to the lounge. Girls ready to lounge it up?
Yeah.
This is your lounge it up dance. Turkish Airlines doesn't have a dedicated lounge at JFK, but business class passengers can access the Lufthansa lounge in Terminal 1.
Oh, Ella, they got you a high chair? You guys, I am not a baby.
We had some breakfast, and then it was time to head to the gate and board. We would be flying this gorgeous Boeing 777 to Istanbul. Now, one thing to know is that this is not the newest business class product that Turkish Airlines offers. If you want to try their newer business class cabins, look for flights on the Boeing 787 or the Airbus A350. The business class cabin on the Boeing 777 has a 232 configuration, which is not always a favorite among travelers because it means that not every seat has direct aisle access. But there's actually one huge advantage of flying this product over the newer ones, and that is leg room. I'm 5'5", and as you can see, my feet are nowhere near the ottoman in front of me. But even Serge, who's 6'2" with very long legs, couldn't reach the ottoman with his feet without sliding down his seat a little. So we had a glorious amount of legroom on this flight. The ottoman is actually also a storage cabinet. Instead of storing your personal item under the seat in front of you during takeoff and landing, you put it in here. The cabin crew came around with our welcome drinks. I had the lemonade with mint, while the girls both had the raspberry juice. Dang, got this whole row to yourself. You could stretch your long legs across.
I wish I could have picked this.
Oh, they got the good sleep mask.
Oh wow, inside is pink, mommy.
Ooh, cute.
Oh my god. OMG, look at it. It's rippies. I'm gonna be wearing these socks so much, even if it is September and it's freaking hot outside, I will be wearing these.
Our amenity kits came in a pouch from Italian leather brand Coccinelle, and it contained products from the French spa brand Cinq Monde. We got lotion, lip balm, and a facial mist, as well as earplugs, socks, toothbrush, toothpaste, hair tie, and a sleep mask. If you've never used one of these sleep masks with the contoured eye cups, you're missing out. They're so much more comfortable than the ones that lie flat against your eyes. One more thing we found in our amenity kit were these stickers. They allow you to indicate whether the cabin crew should wake you up for meals or not. Since this airline is so known for its food, of course I didn't want to miss out on any of it.
The dogs are coming out.
Sean is now demonstrating the shoe bag.
Oh wait, this has slippers in them.
Oh, nice.
These are a little big. These are a little big.
Are they though?
Save the headphones. They are. Actually, I'll show you right now.
Oh,
See that space? You see that
it's like
space?
half an inch of
It's
space.
big.
On our return flight, Ella also got one of these adorable plane-shaped kids amenity kits. It also came with this cute plushie of a pilot dog.
These are so soft, guys. Feel. You can jam to your music. You don't hear anything. And this is the wire.
These Denon headphones were not only incredibly comfortable to wear, but they're probably the best sounding headphones we've ever experienced on a flight. The girls were pretty happy with the in-flight entertainment system since it had a great selection of kids shows and movies.
There's Big City Beans. There is.
Oh my god, you guys are so obsessed with that show. So tired of you.
What are you trying to say?
I'm saying I want some privacy now. And yes, as you can see, these seats have a divider that provide a little bit more privacy if you need it. It's always fun to see how every airline has a different visual style when it comes to their safety videos. The one on Turkish Airlines features these cute animated characters. After takeoff, the cabin crew came by with hot towels, which is always a nice touch. And with champagne and nuts. Okay, before we talk about the food on the flight, I want to give you a heads up that one of the best parts of this video is still to come. We're going to take you on a tour of the absolutely stunning 60,000 square foot Turkish Airlines business class lounge in the Istanbul airport. So make sure you stick around for that. Okay, let's talk about the food. We would get 2 meals on this flight, a 3-course dinner served shortly after takeoff, and a breakfast served a couple hours before landing. The wine list on Turkish Airlines is pretty solid, with about half the selections coming from Turkish vineyards, and the other half coming from France, Argentina, and Spain. One thing that's unique on Turkish Airlines is that they have a separate movie bar menu, where you can request snacks like cookies, chips, and chocolates, as well as more nutritious options like dried fruit and nuts. As you can imagine, this was a big hit with the girls. Another thing that sets Turkish Airlines apart is that on flights of 8 hours or longer, you'll find dedicated flying chefs on board who are responsible for preparing and plating all the gourmet dishes. It adds such a special touch to the meals to see the chefs working alongside the cabin crew to get these out to all the passengers. I really enjoyed the presentation of the meals. Here, I'm going to mix in some clips from our return flight, since in some cases, I got better footage then. All the place settings and dishes are brought out on these open shelving carts, which give a high-end feel. And you get to enjoy a candlelight dinner. It's not a real candle, of course, but an electric one. But in this paper holder, it flickers just like the real thing. Also, these dome-shaped salt and pepper shakers were too cute. The appetizers are brought out on the cart, and you can choose as many as you'd like to try. I went with the Turkish meze and the pea soup. The main courses are brought out one by one. Between the girls and I, we got to try all the entrees. Sean had the salmon, Ella had the steak, and I had the mushroom ravioli. Now, if you have a kid who's not a big fan of quote-unquote grown-up food, not to worry. You can always request a child meal from the airline in advance. Your kid will get a dish that will contain some or all of these items: grated carrot, cheese, crackers, finger food, fresh fruit, and fruit juice. And their meal will not contain fish or meat with bones, dried fruit, nuts, seeds, spicy foods, dressings, sauces, or hard candy. And if you're traveling with a baby, Turkish Airlines also has jarred baby food available for infants. The desserts were also displayed beautifully on the cart. By the time these came out, they had already started dimming the lights in the cabin. Sean tried the cheese plate, and I had the apple strudel. You may have noticed that the girls were no longer sitting in their seats, but they had moved over to sit on the ottomans. Soon, Serge joined the party too. And later on, Kubra, one of the flight attendants, also sat with us for a while to chat. That gives you an idea of just how much legroom there was to fit 2 extra people in this space. Also, shout out to Kubra for providing me with a great list of recommendations of things to do in Istanbul. We barely made a dent in her list, but that just means we need to make a return trip to see everything we missed. By the way, our family is visiting 22 cities in 2022, and Istanbul is the 18th one we've visited so far. Click that card right there to watch our Istanbul vlog. And be sure to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on the next city we'll be visiting. Alright, time for a little bathroom tour. Here we've got some molten brown, soap, lotion, got a diffuser, and then back here looks like some kind of cologne or eau de toilette. Alright, on this side we have a mirror, and a toilet, and a changing table. Alright, I got my bottled water, my amenity kit, I'm gonna brush my teeth, take out my contacts, and then I think it's time for a little nappy nap. The flight attendants came around to prepare our beds, putting a mattress pad down and bringing extra bedding. Looks so comfy. This blanket is nice, right? Yeah, it's just
Take it home. I'm wearing both of them. I have 2 blankets, fuzzy socks, and
Why do you
my
have 2?
Because I'm a baddie. 2 blankets.
And then it was lights out for us. On many business class products, sleeping means having to shove your feet into a narrow footwell. But because of the design of this cabin on the 777, we had complete freedom of movement for our legs, which made sleeping that much more comfortable. As the sun came up, we had our breakfast, and pretty soon, we landed in Istanbul. But this video is far from over, because on our way back to New York, we got to enjoy one of the most amazing airport lounges we've ever been to. And we need to take you along for this experience.
Come with me, I'm gonna take you on a nice tour of this cool lounge. We have a self-playing piano here. This station here has pasta and soup. This station right here has fresh bread. It's really good. So it's a TV watching station right behind me. Another food station behind me. This is the salad station, and there's a golf simulator while you're waiting for your flight. And behind me is a flight simulator. Before you get on your flight, you can be flying and then be on the actual plane. So behind me is the Turkish pizza station, and over here is the noodles and pasta station. That's Ella's favorite. She had 2 bowls of pasta already, and noodles. So behind me is the tea and the coffee station. Turkish tea is so good. It's a recreation of all the really cool sites in Istanbul. We've visited about maybe all of them. If your kids are antsy, they can go slide down this thing before they get on their flight. If your kids want to jump around, this is the perfect place to do it before their flight, and watch Tom and Jerry. So the best part, the dessert section.
The new Istanbul airport, which opened in 2018, is absolutely massive. So be prepared for your gate to be a very long walk away from the lounge. If you want to save some time, request one of these buggies that you'll see throughout the terminal. It only cost about 20 euros for the 4 of us to be whisked away to our gate. It saved us a ton of time, and it was worth every penny. Turkish Airlines turned out to be a really great choice for this family trip. The abundance of legroom made it easy for us to enjoy each other's company during the flight. We loved the thoughtful touches and the amenity kits. The service was great. And of course, the food was beautifully presented. Click that video right there to see what we did when we were in Istanbul. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.